Hi everyone, it's Bernie here from Stampin'-Up. Welcome back to my craft room this beautiful day. Wherever this may find you, I hope you are feeling very creative. Righto, what are we doing today? Today I am playing with the brand new Layers of Beauty bundle, and I'm just going to be featuring the stamp set and the dies in this card. And I do just want to mention that I am offering a online class, video and PDF tutorial class that is available for purchase. So the details for that will be in the drop down, and there I will be teaching 3 additional cards to the one that I'm doing for you here on my YouTube channel. So this is a beautiful stamp set. I've seen some gorgeous designs already using this. I had the immense privilege of presenting this at OnStage in Melbourne in March of this year, 2024, and it's a $1 million inspired set by Shelley Godby. So a beautiful stamp set. So I wanted to do something a little bit different with it for this card, because it actually, instead of featuring the big rose cluster, it actually accents the little flowers and the dies that are standalone dies, and I thought that would be fun. Now with this one I've used Crumb Cake, Pool Party, and Bubble Bath as my colors, but I want to play with the brand new colors for this one, so let's have some fun doing that. So for the card base, I have opted to go with basic beige, and it's half a sheet of cardstock that you have. Score halfway on the short end, cut halfway on the long. I've got some basic white that I have just trimmed down by 1/4 of an inch. And I just want to make sure that I've got my matte layers right here. Yep. Okay. So you can actually, if you want to, you can glue that one straight onto the card base, because we'll be working on the shorter one. There. And now we can start working. I'm just going to set that to the side, and we can start working on this base. So I've cut a 1/2 inch strip of basic beige, and I'm going to put that in the middle, but before I do that I actually want to emboss this layer, so let's do that first. I almost forgot that step, and I am going to go with the So Swirly embossing folder, which is not a 3D, so you're going to need plate 1 for this, plate 2, and then we can put this into the So Swirly. Now it is a 6x8, which is quite handy for scrapbookers. So I'm just lining up all my mats very carefully, because you need the full length of the embossing folder to go through, and I'm just giving it a whirl through there. And we can take that out now. So this is the So Swirly. It's a big folder. You can actually fit 2 pieces of 6x4 in there, which is super handy. So here is the design, and you can actually opt for the embossed or the debossed side, so whatever works better for you. I'm just going to take my basic beige strip, gluing that into 3/4 of the way down. Now to create this floral design, I am going to use some bright and fun paper from the Full of Life Designer Series paper, and I thought it would be fun to die cut some leaves from that. So I need at least 6 different leaves. Let's do that first. So I'm going to cut my leaves. So bringing back plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, and I'm just going to pop this sheet of paper on the greens. I thought it would be fun. I initially thought I'd use some cardstock in the Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock, but I decided I'd rather use my designer series paper. So we've got some fun looks over here, because that will just add some fun. There is a bit of white on that, that's okay. And let's cut some more. Let's go on to the other side here and cut that through. Okay, let's see how these guys look with that. Oh, that's pretty. Let me show you. That's pretty. So we'll add those. I might actually do some more on this paper to replace the ones. I love that. That is gorgeous. I think that's what I was meant to have done when I chose my paper, but that's okay. I will come back and do some more die cutting, so I'm just going to put this in here and show you these leaves using that design series paper. I might take that one out with the white. Right, we've got quite a few, so I'm going to set that to the side because I want to do some stamping. And the stamping we're going to do is these little flowers. So I'm using this stamp and that stamp. And again, I'm going to actually use smoky slate. I don't want to use a dark color, so I'm just going to stamp a few. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to go with 4. And then I'll do 4 little posies. Yeah, I'm going to need a few more, so let's just pop those in. Just fill your A4 up, and it will require a few passes of your die machine to do that. Now I want to color these in. I'm going to use the Shy Shamrock ink and my blender brush. Pick it up on my pen. I love my blender pens for this very reason, that you can actually get a nicer color using them. Excellent. And now let's bring in the peach pie. I'm just going to use the other side of my blender pen, and I do want to make a variety of different flower colors. I'm not going to make them all the same. So we'll do 2 in the peach pie, 2 in the petunia pop. Might actually do 2 little ones of each color as well. You can see that blender pen's just blending those colors a bit. Cool, and let's bring in the pretty in pink. Just remember to clean your brush off in between your colors. So what I'm going to do there is color the alternatives there. So where the peach pie was, I'm just going to bring in a different little flower for that, and then I'll bring in the peach pie with the petunia pop. So we've just got some nice color variations. Very cute. And the last thing I want to do is I just want to bring in lemon lolly and just do the centers of these little flowers, brighten them up a little bit. Great stuff. Now I'm going to be using the dies. So this die matches the little the leaf. Okay. And this die matches the bigger bouquet. So I'm just going to run that through my cut and emboss machine several times to cut those all out, and then we can assemble that. So I now have cut out, it took a while, probably maybe 5 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. I now have all my pieces that I'm going to play with. So if you are wanting to case this, you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves. You will need at least 4 large flowers and at least 6 of the little flowers, all right? Just so that you know if you're going to case my design. So I'm going to pick up the big bouquet first, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of my liquid glue on this. I would suggest using liquid glue rather than, actually no, let's start off with a little floral. So I'm going to put that on the angle like that. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in that floral design, and I'm going to tuck it in there. So I'm going on that basic beige. I'm now going to bring in another of the big ones, tuck that in like that, and I'll bring in another one of the bigger ones. I might just turn that around. It's alright if they overlap slightly, it's not a biggie, but I want to bring in some little flowers just to fill up the gaps, because I lost those two that I stamped that I didn't like the green marker. It was too severe, so I haven't got as many of the big bouquets. All right, so we're going to bring another big bouquet in, and I'm going to tuck that one underneath, and then I'm going to fill up the little gaps at the bottom at the end of this basic beige strip with my little florals. Don't like that leaf over that flower, so I'm going to take it out, and this is why I like to use a pair of tweezers for this sort of project, so that my fingers are not the ones getting full of glue. Now we can add the leaves, but even that is pretty, but I don't want to leave it at that, so let's bring in the leaves. So that's gorgeous too. Oh my gosh, let's go with the green, but I am sorely tempted to add a bit of orange. So let's tuck in. I'm looking for these big gaps. Okay, just gonna pry that loose a little bit, not a lot. We'll pop that in there. I will come back at the end and snip off the bits that I'm not happy with. Tuck that in underneath, and of course it's not going to look the same as the one I did. The colors are different, the leaves are different, everything's different, and that's okay. Pop that in there, and two more leaves to go over here. I feel like I want it in here, so let's just lift that up and tuck that in. Brilliant. So this one needs a bit of a snip, and I want to just snip this one off at the base, just a little bit. Okay, so I can now bring in my dimensionals, because I want to rise that level up completely. So I'm going to put generous amounts of the dimensionals onto this card base. I'll have about 9, so that it's evenly distributed. Also, because this embossed background is quite heavily embossed, it's not a very delicate emboss layer, so we just want to make sure that it's staying, whereas the one I used previously, I do believe is now retired. I think it's retired, the basic embossing folders. So let's just put this into place, and I've cut that layer again just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So the last thing I need to do for this is just to add some twine. Very pretty. I like the fact that it's completely different to the last one. It's good. Need to have something different. And I'm just coming with a nice straight piece, bringing those all together. If I hadn't used my tweezer to do all that sticky business, I would have had the most incredible sticky fingers now. But I don't, so I can do this. Hopefully can do this bow without any issues. Okay, brilliant. And I'm just going to double knot it, because I always do. And that can now be attached with a glue dot, and I'll just put it in the middle. So you could use a brighter ribbon to do that. And the last thing I need to do is just add some embellishments. So I have a choice between the matte or the sparkle. The matte seems to work better for this card, so let's go with the matte. And I'm going to put some, I want to put some green in there, and let's put some Petunia Pop in there. I feel like maybe I should do some more. Bring all 5 of the colours in, shall we? Let's do that, eh? Let's just bring them all in and make it a bright and happy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There they are. They all represented. So here's my original. Here's my original. Softer shading, softer colour scheme. And here's my case on my original, using the brand new products, brand new embossing folder, using some of the designer series paper and the embellishments as well. So very cool. Little fun way to use the layers of beauty without going for a traditional look. So I hope that's inspired you to have fun with the Layers of Beauty bundle. Don't forget to look for the online class. Details below in the description. And remember to please like, share this video, and if you're not already subscribing to my YouTube channel, be sure to do that too. Thank you so much for crafting with me, and remember, until we meet again, to stamp, to eat, to sleep, and repeat. Bye!